From the beginning, the cost of entry into a new brand like Tropical Smoothie Cafe was fairly low. We had a good stable company with our Wendy's franchises, and so we used a lot of that capital to start the Tropical Smoothie brand for the first couple of cafes. And then it was a combination of things. It was using personal cash. It was using other access funds we had through our businesses. It was leveraging relationships that we have with local banks up here in New England. We've got a number of really great partners that have been able to provide us funding because of the trust they had in me as a Wendy's franchisee. So they felt like there was a great amount of stability there, which was great. And so at this point, this is where things get a little bit trickier because now we're looking at developing at a much faster rate. So we're trying to figure out how we can do that by finding a great financing partner.
It's a combination of equity and debt. I think both are very important. When you're a smaller franchisee, you look at them a little bit different. As you're growing, you just want to be very careful about how you manage your leverages because a lot of people make that mistake of just over leveraging, which end up hurting. If you have too much debt, it's not good, but debt is good overall if it's managed well. So basically between equity and debt, as long as you have a good combination and you're playing smart game, both are important, and that's how you grow.
What we are doing, sort of local bank, just standard land-based, asset-based lending. We assume that the future for us is some sort of cash flow-based lending facility with a larger, probably regional, national type bank. But our bank just came and threw out, the most unbelievable deal that you could have. And they locked that in for 5 years. We're able to add units, even at that same fixed rate from quite a few years ago, which we all know were great. But on the Bobby side, we just paid cash. So we'll probably pay cash for a couple of units to establish a nice track record. And then from there, we'll look to go to the markets again and maybe go 50-50 debt to cash and go forward that way.
Right now, QSR are going through a tough time. Obviously, that is a bit concerning, but at the same time, I'm not too worried because we go through cycles. But when things are normal, that also keeps me up at night because, that makes me a little nervous because I know it's such a competitive environment. Something is going to happen and you just have to compete. It's not easy. It's doable. It's all what I'm doing is doable, but it's not easy. You have to have a passion in order to get it done.
On the financing side, our debt will roll over. It rolls over in 27, and I don't know that I don't know what interest rates are going to look like, but I know that it would materially affect my business if I rolled into a 7-8% interest rate. So that's significant and coming. Because the labor shortage for us in Montana was so acute and kind of painful time, I would say that I'd be nervous about that. I don't anticipate returning to that place, but we're still not fully out of the weeds. We're kind of like teetering on the cusp, and it's going in the right direction, but it could easily move back, especially, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
The economy certainly is unstable. It's a lot to be discovered, I think, as far as what's going to happen in the coming months. But I think that's always been part of, our business. Commodity costs are so volatile. And when you work in an industry like ours, in the restaurant industry, where sometimes margins can be really tight, food costs are really difficult. Certainly, there are operations in certain states with relation to labor laws and the cost of employment and actually how much we pay our employees. That can pose certain other challenges because they're so drastically different from one state to another. But as one company that operates in multiple states, we want to try to be consistent. So that creates some challenges for us with certain minimum wage laws and things like that.